Why, my name is Madeline Terbasket, and today I will be sharing some queer animal people stories and some coyote stories with you. I am Syilx, Ho-Chunk, and Anishinaabe. I'm a performing artist. I am two-spirit. My pronouns are they, them. And my first story is called The Lonely Sparrow. Kasapi! There was a sparrow. She was lonely as heck, so she talked to Creator. Creator, I'm so lonely. Please send me someone to love. Creator looked down on her and said, if you sing me my favorite song every day until the next full moon, I will send you someone to love. So every day, Sparrow woke up and sang, ooh, ah, do, 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 ah, ah, ah. Creator loves Sparrow's song. When the next moon came, Sparrow was excited, sexually. But Creator loved Sparrow's song so much that they didn't want it to end. I want to renegotiate our deal. If you keep singing until the next full moon, I will send you another special someone to love. Sparrow thought about it. Having two people to love would mean double the love. Sparrow would never be lonely again with two lovers. So Sparrow accepted the deal and kept singing every day for Creator. She even added dance moves. Ooh, ah, do, 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 ah, ah, ah. Sparrow was getting tired of singing every day, but kept her eyes on the prize. Two lovers, two people to spend her life with. Ah! She had been single for so long. What if they didn't like her? Sparrow knew she liked girls, but had never been with one before. What if she didn't know how to flirt? Ooh. Ah. Do, do, do. Ah, ah, ah. Thinking about her future lovers was helping her get into the dance and song, but it was making Creator kind of uncomfortable. The dance was getting pretty rank. Anyways, the full moon shone bright. Sparrow sang to Creator, and Creator fulfilled her wish. A sexy quail and a gorgeous robin flew down from the sky. It was as if they were in slow motion. Sparrow was so thankful. She had worked hard for this. She was so happy. Two lovers. But when the birds landed, she realized they were both men. She was so disappointed. She forgot to tell Creator she wanted women lovers. But she didn't want to say anything to Creator. She was kind of embarrassed. So she faked happy. But Creator saw through the charade and asked, what's wrong? You wanted two lovers and here they are. I wanted women lovers. Creator felt so bad that they had assumed Sparrow's sexual orientation. Oh, Sparrow, you have taught me a lot today, a real lesson. Thank you for this. From now on, I will not assume. Creator sent the men away, and two amazing, sexy chickadees showed up. Sparrow lived happily ever after with the chickadees. They loved unconditionally, they were great at communicating with each other, and they lived their lives to the fullest. Sparrow was never lonely again, and to this day, she sings her song every day in gratitude to Creator. Ooh, ah, do, 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 ah, ah, ah. Thank you. Our next story is called Welcome Home. Badger was sick and tired of their local powwow. It was so gendered. Men and women. Men and women. Men and women. Young Badger wanted to dance chicken, but were too afraid to be the only person dancing chicken who was not clearly a man. Badger wanted to move to the city when they grew up so that they could be whoever they wanted. Every night, Badger had vivid dreams of dancing in the arbor. They could feel the jingles on their feet, the feathers on their head, and the bustle on their back. They could hear the pounding of the drum. Every morning they cried because it was just a dream. One day, Badger's mother came in and saw them crying. "What's wrong, sweetie?" They were afraid to tell anyone about their dream. I want to dance chicken at the powwow. There was a huge lump in their throat. Badger's mom didn't know what to say. You don't want to dance jingle or fancy? What about traditional? No, Mom, I don't. Chicken is for men, though. You're not a man. I don't think I'm just a girl. I'm two-spirit. Badger's mom was surprised. "Oh, honey, I'll love you no matter what. If you want to dance chicken, I'll make you your regalia." Badger's mom spent hours and hours making beautiful regalia for her child. She put all of her motherly love into the beadwork, assembling the feathers to make a bustle, and creating fancy, dancy moccasins. News of young Badgers coming out spread across the village. Badger's mom went to the organizers of the powwow, and they decided to have a two-spirit special in the next one. Every day, young Badger practiced their footwork. They danced until they could taste their sweat. Their powwow CD was played over and over again. They watched chicken dancing on YouTube and copied their moves. Finally, their regalia was finished. Badger put all the pieces on and looked at themselves in the mirror. For the first time, they felt whole. They felt valid. They felt seen. And they felt the love put into every stitch. The powwow was just around the corner. "Mom, I'm scared. What if people make fun of me? Oh, don't you worry about that. I'll spank anyone that does. You are special, and you've worked hard for this. The day came. They smelled the grass in the arbor, the sweet grass, the fry bread stand, the sage. They put on their regalia and braided their hair. The MC announced, "This year we wanted to show our pride. We have a community that we have forgotten to include. For that, we are sorry. This year we're having a Two-Spirit special." Badger was so excited. They danced around the arbor alone, but they imagined their ancestors dancing with them. They danced for all the ones who could not dance the style that they wanted, the ones that were too afraid. Their head bobbed with the beat of the drum. Their moves were on point, real chicken-like. They got really into it. They had been dreaming of it for a long time, so, of course, they went all out. By the time they looked up and looked around, they saw everyone was standing. Badger felt so honored. News of the Two-Spirit special spread across Indian country, and the next year, the whole arbor was full of people like Badger. They danced loud and proud. This next story is a coyote story. I wrote this while I was at school at the Okanagan Center. This story has been passed down 0 generations. The world was too hot. It was Coyote's job to protect the people from monsters, so he decided to do something about it. Everyone blamed climate change on the dragon, breathing fire and creating forest fires. If dragon was responsible, Coyote would look the dragon of climate change in the eye and kill it. The world was so hot, Coyote got buck naked. The other animal people were both disgusted and intrigued. Fox asked, "What are you doing?" "I'm going to cool down the earth." The animal people made protest signs and got naked in solidarity. The sign said, "Too hot to handle," and "It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes." Coyote knew exactly where Dragon lived, at the top of the mountain in an old abandoned castle. Coyote wasn't very fit, so it was a long journey. Along the way, he saw a sia bush, a Saskatoon. But when he went closer, he heard it weeping. All of its berries were shriveled up. No, he was getting really hungry and forgot to pack snacks. So he walked and he saw a bear. "Oh, I've never eaten Skemxist before. If I eat a chief, will I become chief?" But when he got closer, he saw Skemxist was hunched over, all depressed and sweaty. "Ew, you probably taste all salty. Ugh." So he kept on going. He was getting pretty desperate. He walked by a thick black river with salmon belly up from the toxins. He reached in and grabbed one took a bite. He projectile vomited everywhere. No! Coyote was so hungry, but he kept trekking up the mountain. Then he remembered the other food chief, šxʷʔam. Mole was always making him eat roots, but he hated them. But he was tired, so you gotta do what you gotta do. He dug into the earth, but they were all dried up. No! So Coyote made the rest of his journey on an empty tummy. He finally arrived at the castle. He was all sweaty, like Bear. Come out and fight me, you Earth Destroyer! Nothing happened. He decided it was a terrible idea to go about it like this, so he came up with a sneaky plan. He crept up to the window and peeked inside. He saw a dragon crying with a dead baby dragon in her arms. Coyote was so shocked, he accidentally let out a little shriek. Dragon heard and shot fire through the window. Coyote narrowly escaped. His tail was singed. Coyote became angry. He called on his holy power, his poop. He transformed his poop into rocks and flung them at Dragon as hard as he could. Why are you here, Syilx? I'm here to destroy you, to protect the people. You're messing with the earth. Dragon wiped her teary eyes and started laughing. Stop fighting me and come inside. Do you have any food? Yes. Okay, fine. Coyote went to the castle. What happened to your baby? The world is too hot. The people are the ones to blame. That 1%. Those rotten companies. They're the ones destroying the earth. Coyote thought about it. But you're the one that's causing all the smoke and forest fires. The trees begged me to light them on fire. They wanted to send a message to the people to stop. Look at yourselves in the mirror and think about what you're doing. Coyote's tummy grumbled. Where's the food at? Dragon fed Coyote some dragon fruit. After he pigged out, Coyote said farewell. I have heard what you have to say. Lim. Coyote took Dragon's message to the people with a bag of dragon fruit. The people stopped logging, fracking, polluting. They changed their ways and realized Dragon was not the problem. The world cooled down 2 degrees and Dragon was able to have babies again. And the animal people liked to be naked, so they stayed that way. This next story is called Indian Bar. And it's not a coyote story or a queer animal people story. It's a bonus story for you all. Welcome to Indian Bar, she said as she opened the bright red door. My friend Darkfeather knows all the coolest spots in Vancouver. Holy, smells real native, I thought. I recognized the scent instantly. Sister Sage Smokeless Smudge. On the wall, there is a big neon sign blaring Indian Bar. Underneath was a plaque that read, "No whites allowed." I wondered if they're serious. If so, 25% of me had to wait outside in the car with pop and chips. Every day here is different. Monday's pool tourney, Tuesday's slam poetry, Wednesday's open mic, Thursday's karaoke, and then it's Fry Bread Friday. Saturday night, DJ Guanden plays here. Dark Feather filled me in. I looked around and saw all kinds of Indians. There were hipster Indians, powwow hotties, Indigenous activists, ratchet res kids, and even some serious-looking scholars. We walked around the bar, and I accidentally burst into laughter. The bartender was a hotter version of Wob Canoe. Damn, I thought. I'd paddle that canoe. Tell her the special, Dark Feather shouted over the electric powwow music. The bartender smirked. The Red Road, a cranberry vodka. I chuckled. I'll walk the Red Road. I checked out the artwork beside the bar and saw a print of a naked Native woman masturbating with ancestors emerging from her vagina. Wow. That's raunchy quay, Dark Feather said. I like that one too, pointing to the Stephen Paul Judd print on the wall. It was a pop art image of Sitting Bull with a gas mask on. The bar was covered in Indigenous art from all across Turtle Island. Tonight is a special event. Singles night. The host sounded like a powwow MC. Dark Feather did not mention this to me when she told me to get all prettied up. Good thing I wore my beaded rainbow earrings. Aho! All my relations. Let's get the party started. We here at Indian Bar welcome all people from all walks of life. Let's give it up for the Two-Spirit people. The crowd went wild. Let's give it up for the straight people. The crowd just laughed. We have name tags here. Please put your name, nation, and what genders you are seeking. After we filled out our name tags, we milled around the room. When the host yelled, "Hokey!" we were supposed to match up with the person nearest to us. If we weren't seeking the same thing, we could just have a friendly conversation. If we did match, we had to recite our family lineage to make sure we weren't related. Then we are free to exchange contact information. I matched with the handsome, activist, spoken word poet. He checks off all the boxes on my list. Native, intelligent, and bangable. So I am ready to start the next generation. Needless to say, I love Indian Bar. Thank you so much for joining me for my stories today, and you can check me out on Instagram at mother.girth. And yeah, it was just lovely telling stories to you all today. Thank you again.